What's it read?
It reads Shredville.
Shredville.
Always love going down to Shredville and talking to our friend, Coach Tim Plough. Coach, it's Dave. It's Jason. Good morning. Oh, I should. There we go. Good morning. Sorry, I got you now.
Boys, how we doing?
Great. Good. How we doing always stresses me out, Coach. That's a trigger with me because, honestly, I don't know how you're doing, and I don't want to assume. I'm doing great. I think Jason's doing great. But I don't know. Maybe you had a rough week. Maybe you had a great week. So how are you doing?
Well, we got a win in Cedar City.
That's right.
I didn't have to go to the Renaissance Festival or anything, so we're good.
So besides the win, where did you find joy in Cedar City?
I pretty much stayed in the hotel, man. I wasn't really quite sure what was going on out there in Whoville, so I just kept it in the hotel.
I'll tell you where he found joy, in the end zone.
That's right.
In the end zone. That's where
in
he
the
found
W
joy.
column.
Yeah, exactly. Look, road win's a road win. You guys went in there, got it together, and made it happen, Captain. You got that. Look, you start out week one. You're playing Cal in Cal. I mean, I get you wanted to win the game. You could have won the game. But you've now turned it around against Commerce, now Southern Utah. You got two going strong, Utah Tech coming in this weekend. So how's the locker room? How's the mood? How were you after the game, Coach, with the players?
Yeah, I think that was a huge team win. Southern Utah is a really good football team. They had beaten UTEP the week prior, an FBS team. So, I thought that was a playoff team that we played. I wouldn't be shocked if we see them again down the road. So to win on the road in a really tough trip, tough place to play, and to really do it all three phases, I thought that was a huge step for our team. So that was a big win.
Coach, there is, it's not like the NFL. There's no preseason. You guys just jump right in. And technically, these are non-league games, but they still count in your resume trying to make the FCS playoffs. So with one more to go in Utah Tech before you get to Big Sky, do you feel like you're getting closer to what you want your team to look like as you enter the Big Sky?
Yeah, I think we're growing. I think we have not played our best football by any means, but if you can grow and collect wins as the season goes, that's really good for your football team. And if you can win games and not play your best, then I think you got a good team. We're going to have to play better for us to compete to win the conference, but on a 12-game schedule, we know we got to win 8 games to even be considered for the playoffs. So if we could figure out a way to win this week and get 3 wins before conference play, I think we'd feel really good about our chances of competing in the conference and also hopefully getting into the tournament.
So at this point, Coach, what would you say is missing from keeping you from playing your best football?
I think the consistency on offense. I mean, we've been moving the ball really well, but we haven't been able to finish drives in the end zone. We've been kicking a lot of field goals. So just being able to finish drives with touchdowns. And then, defensively, I think we've had really good moments, and then we have kind of these stages where we maybe lose a little bit of focus. We had our best game on special teams this past week. So I just think it's consistency for us for 4 quarters for every drive, just staying locked in. I think we have a really talented team that really wants to be good. So I think if we can just continue to put that together, then you'll be a team that can win when you really need to.
UC Davis head coach Tim Plough joining us. Coach, I'm sure there are always the regular things that you want the team to work on each and every game. Don't miss this block, do this thing, do that thing. But are there also during the season perhaps points of emphasis for you? And then once they get to a point you want them to be, do you then create new points of emphasis throughout the season?
I think you never want your team to feel like they've made it.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of just trying to lead them into the next stage. So I never want them to feel like, all right, we finally made it to, we're good. So yeah, I think there is a little piece of, all right, well, we accomplished that goal. Now guys, here's another goal that I got for you to try to get this done and just keep them hungry, keep them motivated. But one of the great things about working at Davis is, these guys are pretty motivated kids, whether it's football or school or life, they're pretty elite when it comes to their mindset. So for me, it's just figuring out something to put in front of them, and then they'll try to go achieve the goal.
Coach, naturally, people will look at records and they'll see you guys with the 2-1 and then the top 25, and you get Utah Tech, who's 0-3, but a closer dive on that. They've played up twice, and they played a good Northern Arizona team. So how do you kind of evaluate them, read them on some of the things they're capable of this weekend?
Well, you gotta make it about your team, saying, hey, every game is really about us and how well we play. The opponent really should not matter, and we have to play well. And we really haven't played our best, like we've been saying. So hopefully, we got to focus on just playing well. But I did mention to our team, like, hey, if you look at the team we're playing and their record, and you leave it at that, then you're really not knowing the whole story, because they've played UNLV, who's undefeated and kicking some butt. They played Montana State, who might be the best team in FCS, and they played NAU, who's got the number one offense in the FCS. So it's not like they've played a bunch of slouches. I mean, a lot of teams would be 0-3 if they played those three teams. So I would expect Utah Tech really well coached, and I bet their backs against the wall, really motivated team. So we better focus on us just playing well. Otherwise, I think anybody can get us.
Just so you know, Coach, I'm on your Wikipedia page right now, and they hadn't updated your win total yet. So I just went in and updated. It still had you at 0-0. So go ahead,
guys. That's why I feel like our relationship is so important.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's important.
I feel like we're all on the same page here. We just take care of each other.
Yeah, the Wikipedia page. Coach, last thing. Look, I don't want to get over my skis here, and I don't want to be controversial in any way. It's like sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and it's like I punch a wall when I think about Utah Tech. I do. I don't like to use the word hate, but their nickname's the Trailblazers. That's a basketball team. They used to be Dixie College until 2000, and just when I think about Utah Tech, it pisses me off, Coach. They're coming in this week. I don't want to call it a rivalry game. I don't want to call it a must win, but I feel like if you need any extra motivation, just know that it's going to make me smile if you pace these guys.
Well, that fires me up, because every single day I wake up thinking about how can we shred somebody.
That's right.
Shredville.
So, I'm all in on that. And the only question I have is, if we win the game, do you think that makes us like the champions of Utah, or have we not played enough Utah teams?
No, I think that
you've owned the state.
I think Utah actually has to change their name to Shredville.
Yeah,
at that point,
Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, it's like the Electoral College, but for college football. Where they just turn Aggie colors, and that's it. And they can't get it back until next year. They're done. So that's also.
Well, then this is a must-win game, because we got to get that done.
I'd also like to add before we leave that that's where our corporate headquarters are, and you know what? They're great. They're great.
They're great.
They're great.
Yeah,
they're wonderful
people. Incredible people there.
Coach,
people.
We appreciate you as always. 2-1 to start out the year, and hopefully a big win over Utah Tech this weekend. We appreciate your time. Go Ags, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, boys. Find some joy this weekend.
You got it, brother. Take care. Shredville, baby. Utah Tech. Yeah, I'm pissed.
You talk about them all the time.
You know that shirt I have with the Utah Tech logo with the circle and the slash through it. Yeah, I might wear that. We'll take a break when we come back. You know what? Week 2 of the NFL is beginning, Jason Ross. What do you say we take a quick, what I'd like to call a sweeping look at it from 50,000 feet?
Okay.
And we'll start with tonight's matchup between the Jets and the Patriots, a classic